Broadcasting from Watts Creative Studios and live on Grove Street FM, you're listening to Talk Local to Me. Brought to you by the Central Virginia Business Coalition. With your host, Heather Alto and Diane Earl.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Talk Local to Me. And we are here again in Watts Creative Studios, grovestreet.fm.
It's Wednesday again.
And it's already halfway through August.
Yeah.
So I don't like that because it's getting closer and closer to the end of the year, and we have so many events coming up, and I'm starting to feel like the stress.
I thought you were stressing of Christmas shopping.
Well, no, I'm not really stressing about Christmas shopping so much because we're going to Disney in October, and I already told my kids they're not getting any other presents. So we're going to just go to Disney, but that's going to be their presents. And then, you know, we do the Christmas parade. So by then I'm just tired of Christmas after that. So I'm trying not to think about Christmas shopping at all. But so we are here today, and we're going to be talking about upcoming events and some festivals that are coming up in the next couple of months, and our big event, Battle of the Bands, which is this coming weekend. And we have our final band here with us today, and we're really excited to hear from them. And that's Common Ground. And hello, how are y'all doing today?
Oh, we're good.
Hello. Yes. So we are really excited to hear from them in just a few minutes. And then we also have Candace with, and I'm going to say this correctly, Beaver Dam Farm Sunflowers, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And we're going to be talking to her about, and I'm sure many of you have heard of the Sunflower Festival that is held in Buchanan. And we're going to hear more about that and the vendors and everything that goes along with the farm. And I'm really excited to hear more about that too. But before we get started, I do want to thank our show sponsors for the month of August and encourage you, if you're out there listening, check out our sponsors. They are one of the reasons we're able to be here and talk local to you and bring local content to our area. So Sunburst Vinyl Supply, if you are in Central Virginia and you are residential or commercial needs for gutters, guards, vinyl siding, windows, please contact Sunburst Vinyl. You can find them at 1731 Sunburst Road, right off of Route 460. And you can check out their website, sunburstvinyl.net, or give them a call. If you're looking for a free estimate, it's 434-525-5577. And then also, as you heard me mention, Disney. I'm going to be going to Disney in October, and Minnie's Travel Boutique is helping me get there. So if you are looking for a travel agent that will help dream up the magical vacation that you are hoping for, contact Kristen Breedlove and her team at Minnie's Travel Boutique, and you can check out their website at minniestravelboutique.com. So there you go.
Very good.
Yeah. I thought that went really well today. So.
Sounds like you know what you're doing over there.
Well, here's the thing. These guys have been sponsors of ours pretty much
from the
get-go. And then also Visiting Angels, which I'll do their plug in just a little bit. But, it gets easier. And it's easier to talk about them, but it's also because we know them. And they're businesses that we've dealt with for years, and we trust and we work with. And it's important to support our local businesses. I mean, you could contact anyone for travel, like larger companies, but Kristen is here. She's in the Lynchburg Forest area. She travels to Disney, and
she is the specialist when it comes to Disney. But isn't she also doing other things besides Disney?
She's Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Lines. She can do like anything, Universal Studios.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because I'm actually going to Universal too while we're down there. But she can book like SeaWorld and Legoland and probably lots of other things that I don't know of. But she can probably handle it all if you need her to. And
awesome.
So, but we have a couple of events we want to tell you about, events that are not ours. That are coming up this weekend. And one of those is Project Forward, which is a back-to-school shoes project. Fleet Feet in Roanoke has been working very hard on this project. And we've had Shannon Dominguez in here with Building Beloved Communities that talked about this a few weeks ago. So they are looking to provide new shoes and socks to students in need in Roanoke City. So anyone that has been, labeled as like underprivileged and in need And so they are really looking for volunteers to come out this Saturday to help with fitting shoes for all of these children that are going to be coming in and getting their new shoes. So if you are able to take some time and come out and help, check out their website. You can go to www.fleetfeet.com/Roanoke/Project Forward, and I will put that up on our Facebook page, our Talk Local to Me page. So if anyone is interested in doing that. And then also T4 Tactics, Marco Galbraith, he is doing an event this Sunday, August 22nd, from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. In awareness for suicide prevention, veterans suicide. 22 veterans die each day from suicide, and we're hoping to get that number down. And so he is doing on August 22nd, it's a free pancake breakfast out at his place right off Timberlake Road. And in order to get the free pancakes, though, you have to come and do 22 somethings, 22 jumping jacks, clap your hands 22 times, jump up and down in the air, whatever you want to do. So I actually...
What are you doing?
I'm about to tell you. So I actually put out a challenge this past week, and I'm going to do it again today. I am challenging anyone that can stop by and drop off 22 children's books to T4 Tactics on Sunday. Fortress Foundation Solutions, another one of our members, is doing a book drive to raise books for elementary school students in our area. So that's my challenge. If our business members that are listening or anyone out there can just drop off 22 children's books, you can go to Goodwill and buy 10 for $1. So, just a little over $2, you can go grab some children's books and drop them off. So we'll be helping to support 2 projects. So that's my challenge.
You could support another member with that because Woody Watts and Laura Watts has a children's book that you could purchase.
Yeah, we have several.
To drop off.
Well, there you go, Woody.
There we go.
Put a plug out. How can we get those books?
Oh, we have 2 cute little. It's called Little Paranormals. If you go to littleparanormals.com, there you go.
Littleparanormals.com.
Littleparanormals.com. I got easy links there for you.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm putting that out there just as a challenge, a good way to bring some awareness to both projects. And I'm going to go get my pancakes because I already got my 22 books that I'm going to drop off. So
awesome. I like that.
And then lastly, if you're looking for something to do tomorrow night, Lynchburg Symphony Orchestra is having their summer twilight concert. And that is, I think it begins at 6:30. So if you still need tickets to that, contact their orchestra box office at 434-845-6604. So there you have it. Lots of things to do, things to support.
I need a footstool over here.
And then you sliding out of your chair.
Well, my feet don't even come anywhere near touching.
I'll get your recliner. Don't worry.
Don't worry, Diane. Well, she's only here for one more week. What you doing?
But I'm going to need that.
Yeah, she's going to need that for her last week.
Y'all hear a loud thump. It's just Diane sliding out
falling
the chair.
asleep, falling asleep over there.
I'll knock Laura out of her chair.
I'm trying not to be. I'm trying not to be boring over here. Just, I'm talking about other people's stuff. So, Battle of the Bands this weekend. Diane, tell us about it.
It is Saturday at Liberty Lake Park from 4 to 8. Free admission. No charge to get in.
$0.
Zero.
Okay.
Nada.
Just checking.
Yes. But you can bring some extra dollars and support local food trucks from this area. Ferguson Family Provisions will be there, and Porterhouse Catering will be there. Beals will be there serving up some cold brews. We may or may not have an icy ice cream vendor.
May or may not. Is it on the fence?
It's on the fence.
Okay.
It's on several fences, but it's going to be hot that day.
Yes, I feel like that's a need.
Yes, and we'll have about 18 to 20 vendors out there as well. So, you can learn about some businesses, purchase some crafts, jewelry, soaps, candle wax, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's car show.
There is a car show. There is. It's a cruise. It's a cruise-in.
Okay.
I have learned and have been schooled on the difference.
Oh, okay. Well, what's the difference?
A car show is more like they get prizes and it's
Okay.
a competition. This is just a cruise-in where, it's free for all. Come if you've got a really nice car, and then they hang out and, then they leave and there's no prizes.
I feel like I should not park my car anywhere near theirs.
Me either.
There can be like, can somebody get this hunk of junk out of here?
I'd be like, why is this dent in here?
Can we at least wash it before we park it next to my nice vehicle? So,
And we have music.
yes.
We have 4 bands that will be playing, 3 of which will be competing. So the night at 4 o'clock will start off with our opening band that is not in the competition, and they are called Wasted Repetition.
Okay.
And they'll play from 4 to 4:45. At 5 o'clock is when the competition starts. And I am drawing a blank and cannot remember in which order who goes. I think it's Just Us
Just Us
first.
is first. I know that much.
Yes, and they were on 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And is it...
Pleading.
Look, I'm asking you. When
What are you playing?
It's us, Diane.
There you go. There you go. Common Ground plays next, and then it's Pleading the Fifth that closes the night.
Okay.
Yes. And all 3 of the bands are competing for a $1,000 prize and bragging rights and whatever else goody stuff that we can throw at them. And we will have a panel of 3 judges out in the audience that will have, paperwork, and they'll be critiquing. Why are you laughing at me? Because I'm talking like,
struggling over there. You're like, what do you?
told you I need a
It's that
footstool.
footrest.
They have paperwork. I mean, what are they filling out forms?
They do. They have a whole binder. Look,
Oh, you
we're
thought they were playing
professional.
music? They're not playing music. They're doing paperwork on the stage.
Not the bands, you guys.
Oh.
The judges.
Man, that's going to be so much fun.
Dear Lord. I can't play with you people. When is my last day?
We ain't talking about that next month because I'm gonna keep extending it.
Oh my gosh. So anyway, free admission. Please come out. It is going to be a great time.
And they can bring their blankets to lay on, chairs, tents if they're not blocking the
Yeah.
view. We'd prefer if you're going to bring a tent to be towards the back of the
Correct.
I want to say the arena. We don't really have an arena, but
Oh, I mean, we can call it that.
yeah, let's just do that. So the back of the arena. And we are fingers crossed, hoping for good weather. We know it's been kind of rainy and funky the last couple of days, although we needed the rain. I just would have appreciated it if it had been after our event.
Right.
But, it is what it is.
We'll have to talk to Chris Morris about that.
So now with the bands, Beacon is our title sponsor
Yes.
of that event. And I know they have some really cool things planned.
They do. I'm excited about that. I just want to see Erin do that air guitar again that she
Yes.
pulled off the other day.
Oh, and if you're listening right now, you can also, our Living in the Heart of Virginia segment is airing in 15 minutes. So check us out on Living in the Heart of Virginia today too, which I'll post that on our Facebook. But don't quit listening to us here because we're live.
They quit
and-
like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. Don't even. So, but we're gonna share that too. But that gives you some more information. But we have different, like all of our bands have different genres of music. The is it Wasted Repetition? Is that what you said?
Yes, yes.
What type of music do they play? What is their
They
kind of
play
niche?
anything from Southern rock. They play some really good Prince. What? Yes, girl, yes.
gonna be there.
And what I love about them, because I have seen them, they play around Smith Mountain Lake, and they are known, well, one band member left, and then they have a new band member, and then they have a different name, but they were SFT Trio. Scott Joshua is the lead singer. Do you guys know them?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they're really good, and they interact with they just get all into their performance. But yeah, they do some country. They're just kind of all over.
You didn't catch it when I said I was like, oh yay, I'll be there. You didn't hear me? Like I'm definitely gonna be there.
See,
but
don't
I'm-
even play with me. You're getting all up in my emotions
I
now.
might show up. We'll see. But no, I'm really excited. This event has grown. This is our 3rd year putting this event on, and it has grown from the first year where we did a different event. We did like a 3-weekend type of event, and I think we maybe had a couple hundred people.
I don't even
I
know
don't
if it
know.
was that.
But then last year we put it into one big event, and we had close to 900 people come out. Close to more. You're looking at
No,
me like-
you're right, because I made a mistake. I actually made a mistake yesterday, and I left off a 0. And for some reason, I told one of the vendors coming that, oh yeah, we had a great turnout last year. It was 100 people.
It was 9 people.
And it was.
9 people came out and had a great time.
I need to message
We
him
can
when I
even
get back.
We can even show you a video of them dancing.
Yep, all 9 of them, same frame.
And one of them was Heather.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm not. I don't mean to interrupt your show, but I was there taking pictures. It was a great turnout
Who's
last
talking?
year. It was great.
And Woody
Who
is
is
going to
the
be
guy?
there this year, and I'm excited about that because tell him what you're going to do, Woody.
I'm gonna be live streaming the whole thing,
All of it.
all of it, every bit of it.
You're gonna be
all 9
everywhere,
people.
y'all.
It's gonna be great.
All 9 people are
Yeah.
gonna live stream it. Well, the live streaming, and so we're really excited about this though, because it does give the opportunity for those that still feel like, you know, if you're still feeling safe coming out in large groups, even though we are outdoors, it gives you the opportunity to stay in if for some reason you are sick and you, whether it's COVID related or not, you just want to, you know, you need to stay home. This still gives you the opportunity to watch some good music and, you know, get a feel like you're out and doing something fun. And, you know, I love being able to bring this aspect to it this year because we didn't have that last year. We just had Woody taking pictures of the people, but this year we're
Yeah.
going to be on there. And so we're asking people to go to grovestreet.fm, correct?
Yes, up at the top you'll see live stream. That'll be the stream that'll be all day. I will go to Facebook throughout the day, but Facebook tends to be hyper on music. So
Yes.
so if you don't see the feed, I'll stop it, start it on Facebook. But if you want to watch it uninterrupted, go to grovestreet.fm and up at the top hit live stream, and then that'll be it. That will not be taken down.
Okay.
So, and I have sent that link to a lot of the nursing homes and places like that because, you know, I feel like
Oh, that's a great idea.
that would be a great little safe concert type thing for them to really get into.
Yeah.
So thank you, Woody, for doing that. I appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for letting us talk you into doing it.
No,
I know.
it's
We
great
just kept
idea.
bringing it up every week, like, hey,
That's
we're
a great
gonna do
idea. I'm
this?
happy to be a part of it.
So speaking of bands, we have our last and final band in the studio today with us playing some music, and we have Common Ground. And so to start off, before we get y'all to play, tell us a little bit about the band. How did y'all, come together? What type of music do you play?
I have to giggle a little bit. If this makes sense, I'm Laura, and I'm here with my dad, Ricky. And he just looked at me and said, "You talk." So I guess I'm going to talk. So our band, Common Ground, it's been around in different variations for very many years, probably longer than I'm alive. So my dad started it back in the 80s, I'm right. Started back in the 80s, and my big brother, Jeff Ellis, was actually in the band back then in his youngin' days, and they had quite a few other musicians. And throughout the years, it took various twists and turns and changes in members and, things like that. But my dad always remained with it. And then when I was 8 years old, I told Dad that I wanted to be in a band with him, and he told me, I played mandolin at the time, mind you, and my dad is a 5-time world champion mandolin player. So he looked at me and he said, "If you learn how to play fiddle, you can be in the band, but the mandolin is my instrument." So I learned how to play fiddle. I've been in it ever since. And then over the years, it changed a little bit. Sometimes we'd have a lot of high school students with us. That was fun because it was around my age. And now I am the young duck around all the old farts. I play in the band.
He's like, all right, Laura, stop talking.
I know, it's true though. I play in the band. And I play fiddle and guitar. And then my dad, Ricky, he picks the mandolin, does some lead singing, so do I. And he also plays guitar. Our banjo player, Mr. Sergeant Terry Mills from the Air Force, he plays banjo with us, does a fantastic job, been playing for many years. And then on upright bass, we have our always entertaining, we call him our secret weapon for the Battle of the Bands. His name is Daniel Pruitt, and he plays the upright bass, but y'all will see he puts on quite a show. We don't have to do anything. He'll get the whole crowd yelling, and it's perfect.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
Awesome.
excited.
Now, did you say you had some little ones?
Oh yes, we do. So we're working on. You gotta ask the parents. So I'm asking the parents and begging. But so currently, Dad and I run a music shop down in Moneta, Virginia. and we teach lessons to little kiddos. And two of our students are Langston and Carter Ellis. Hint, hint, they've got the same last name as us. But they're pretty cool little dudes. They're 9 and 12, and they play bluegrass music with us. Man, they rock. But so they go and pick some shows with us. One of them is my nephew Carter, and he plays the upright bass. Only been playing upright since June. Already won competition in June, about 3 weeks after picking it up. And then he does a fine job playing. I talk about him like a human metronome. He always keeps us in beat. And then my nephew Langston, funny enough, he had a rap career before this.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
You can find him on YouTube as Lil Fungus.
Little fungus.
Yeah, it's entertaining if you go look it up. But
We're
so
gonna drop those beats
yeah.
later.
Oh yeah, it was fun. But so he plays mandolin with us, and he started out on guitar and then switched over to mandolin. But he just has a good time. He's a showman himself, I think, is the way it is.
So, funny story, I was saying, like, my husband actually took lessons with you guys when he was, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago. So we have a mandolin at our house. He don't do nothing with it now. It just sits there and collects dust in the room. And I'm like, what are we doing with this? But we can't get rid of it because apparently he might do it again one day. I don't know.
Maybe
Yeah.
they'll bring him up on stage and he can play with them.
Now you and I both know he ain't coming to this. When does he ever come to any
Chris
of our?
Alto?
Yeah, Chris Alto. We already signed you up to volunteer. And so, so what type of? And I know you've kind of led to it, but what type of music is kind of y'all's niche?
So we play bluegrass music, and sometimes some older country tunes and things like that. But Dad was raised, especially in that generation where if you didn't have anything to do, which was about 90% of the time, you played music. And so him and his brothers got together and formed a band called BG Express and toured the United States and Canada and stuff. But so he kind of stuck with that and then passed it down through the generations. But we play some different styles. We play like all the way back to Flat and Scruggs back in the day on the black and white TV, all the way back to some Bill Monroe, the father of bluegrass, and then all the way forward to some Lonesome River Band, and personally my favorite, Newgrass Revival, which was a different rendition of bluegrass that kind of mixed medleys for all in bluegrass. Some people liked it, some people didn't. It was all right.
Oh, cool. Are you guys going to be playing like a mixture of different styles?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So sometimes we do more traditional tunes, and we just kind of figured we would. Well, Heather was talking about it earlier, planning things. We don't have a set list. We just figured we'd, see what the crowd enjoyed and what they enjoyed. We'd keep on doing, but we probably go some old school bluegrass, especially for like the older generations and things like that. They love that. That's just like being at home to them back. And then for the newer generations, we love to play a little bit of modern to keep them interested, because I always say bluegrass is like a dying breed. There's not many young musicians coming out nowadays that share our interests. So if we can kind of make them say, whoa, that was kind of cool, then we do it so that they'll be a little bit more interested going forward, and then it keeps it alive.
Great. So you all are going to play something for us right now.
Yes. Now, Ricky won't talk, but he will play.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I'll play.
Which one?
Nobody's dog, huh?
Okay. So we just did this one this past week when we went up to the Old Galax Fiddlers Convention, the largest in the world. We didn't place, but we sure did have a good time. Come sit by my side, little darling. Come lay your sweet hand on my brow. Promise me that you will never be nobody's darling but mine. Nobody's darling but my love. Be honest, be faithful, be kind. Promise me that you will never be nobody's darling but mine.
Be honest, be faithful, be kind. Promise me that you will never be nobody's darling but mine. Nobody's darling but mine.
That was awesome. Very
Thank
good.
y'all. Thank you very much.
I did not sound like that in the car this morning when I was singing. You know, I love to sing, but I do not sound good doing it. That's why the only time I sing is in the car and in the shower. So, no, I do want to get up and dance, though, because, you know, I love dancing, but
Ooh,
I'm not even good at that
She's
either.
gonna kick her shoes off on Saturday and flat-foot it all over the field.
All right.
You know, I will say, we have had in the past some people do that, and I have loved watching when they get
Yes.
into it and they just start dancing right there in front of the stage. Oops. That's so much fun. Were you playing it
Sorry,
again?
I'm so sorry. I wanted to hear it again. So
So good. Replay.
to reminisce.
Yeah, up at Galax, they do this thing. All the bluegrass festivals do it. So they'll take plywood, which we all know is super expensive right now.
Yeah.
But so they'll take plywood and lay it down out there, and you'll see people all over that plywood the whole weekend dancing. It don't matter if it's individual competitions or actual band competitions. They'll be out there flat-footing and breaking it down, and I'm always like, I would go out there and slip and fall because it rains and they get wet, but nobody ever slips.
Oh no. I wonder if we could get like a $10,000 sponsor for Saturday so we could get 2 sheets of plywood.
2 sheets of plywood.
I think the plywood at Galax has been the exact same plywood for the 85 years Galax has been going
Oh my
on.
gosh.
So
Yeah, so if you're listening and you just have $10,000 you can fork out in the next 2 days for us to get some plywood.
or just 2 sheets of plywood.
Just
Either
drop
way.
them off. That would be great. So we're going to have y'all play again for us a little bit later in the show, but we are going to kind of switch gears over to a different festival coming up, and I want to learn more about the farm itself and talking with Candace, and actually this year's Gauntlet winner, because we have talked on this show about the Gauntlet multiple times, and I had the pleasure of being a mentor and being a part of it this year. And so, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so glad you're able to come out here with us, because I have never been to the Sunflower Festival, and I'm sad to say that, because
all
every
right.
year I see it. And actually last year maybe it might have been the year before, but I had plans to get tickets, and then something came up and I wasn't able to, and I'm so upset because I have always wanted to go out and get pictures in the sunflower field, and I haven't done that. And I saw these people posting, and then I was just getting angry because I wasn't there, and I was sad. So I'm definitely planning on coming the first weekend that you guys, because it's a 2-weekend, it runs for like a whole weekend to weekend
Correct.
type event. So, but tell us a little bit about the farm itself first.
So my family purchased our land back in 1900, actually, and we were a tomato canning factory from 1916 to 1927. And then in 1927, we started a dairy farm, and my great-grandfather had 30 Guernsey heifers that he milked twice a day. And then we were a dairy farm until 2019, so 92 years. And then we sold out to a farm in Pennsylvania and started running beef cattle. So we still have beef cattle and a small hay and straw operation. And then we started sunflowers in 2016. So that's kind of our history.
I was reading up on it, and I also saw y'all do a little bit of like molasses and things like that too. Do y'all still do that? Or y'all used to?
So some of our additives into our cattle feed is sorghum, which is a type of syrup that you can make syrup from. So, and that just adds more nutrients to the feed for the cattle.
I guess the reason that popped out is like my husband, his family lives out in Clifford, and they do the sorghum festival every year out that way. So I've always watched them like cook the sorghum and stuff, and that's such an interesting process. And I'm always interested in seeing how farms and different types of things are made, and I think that's just really really cool. And so the sunflowers, you have a huge sunflower field. Like, how big is it?
So we have 21 acres of sunflowers, and that's going to be around about 600,000 flowers.
Whoa.
So
That's crazy.
Now, how long do they, when do they bloom, and how long do they stay, in season before they die. I
Right.
guess.
So sunflowers are a really quick growing plant. So we plant in July, and our festival is in September. So for those that follow us on social media, I would always say like, wow, the sunflowers grew like 15 inches this week. And, you know, a lot of people are, well, if you didn't take a picture, that didn't happen, you know. So I'm like, okay, I'll show y'all. So I made a measuring stick. And so I put it out in the field. And every week I go out, on Wednesday is when we planted. So every Wednesday they're another week old. So I'll go out and I'll put a zip tie around the height of them that Wednesday. So that way we can track how much they grow week to week. So they should start blooming around or a little before September 8th. And then they only bloom like 12 to 14 days.
Okay.
So they're a really quick bloomer. And if it rains on them, they don't perk back up. They'll start to droop right away because their heads collect the rain and they become heavy. So that's why we plant into plantings. So that way we have pretty flowers for the first weekend of the festival and then pretty flowers for the second weekend.
So it's good all this rain this past week is
now.
hitting now. Yes. Okay.
So we didn't yet. So the first planting that we planted, it was raining while we planted, which was amazing because they came up in 4 days, which is really quick. They were sprouted out of the ground in 4 days. And then the second planting, it was 2.5 weeks before they got water. So that kind of stunted their growth a little bit. But now that we've had all this rain, they've almost caught up to the first week's planting. So
How long does it take you to plant that many sunflowers? Is it relatively easy? I mean, do
so-
you have like a machine that
correct. So like when we plant, that's one of the reasons. So in 2015, my dad actually planted our first crop of sunflowers, and no other reason other than he liked the flower. And we didn't know what we could do with them or anything. He said, I'm just going to plant a few acres and we'll see what happens. But we had the equipment to do that. So we plant with our corn planter, and we plant 4 rows at a time. And so it takes a few hours for each planting, which is really not that bad when you think of the quantity of flowers that are going in the ground. And then we harvest them with the same combine that we harvest our corn. So we already had that equipment to harvest them also. And we, in December, when the sunflowers are dry enough, when the seeds are dry enough, we harvest for bird seed and sell 20-pound bags of bird seed at Northwest Hardwares.
Okay.
So that's kind of where we started with 2015 before we moved into the festival in 2016.
Okay.
Now, do you guys have a problem with deer? Do deer like sunflowers?
They do eat them. When we first plant, we have a problem with crows because as soon as the seedling comes up, the crows will come in and pick them up out of the ground.
That's
So,
rude.
right, it's very rude.
rude.
Like here we are, we don't feed the birds till the end of this process is over.
right.
We don't appreciate them eating them in the beginning.
Put a sign up say, wait your turn. Just wait
I
a minute.
know.
Well,
Stay in your
so
lane.
what a lot of people don't know is there's this really neat, it's an air cannon. And so it runs off of propane like you would your grill. So we hook the propane tank up to the air cannon and you can have it go off like every few seconds, every few minutes. So it sounds like a war going on in the little neighborhood, like, because this cannon just constantly goes off, but it scares the birds away. So as soon as they have enough time to land, it'll go off and they'll fly away again, and then they'll come back. And it's just a vicious cycle until they're old. The plants are old enough that they can't pull them out of the ground. And then with the deer, they like to wait until sometimes, like, we can go out and they have chomped the whole head of the sunflower in half. So it'll be the head of the sunflower and a bite will be out of it, and the rest of it'll grow.
They're like,
and
nah,
that
I'm good.
So it's pretty funny. But we do have other, we grow soybeans and corn and the sunflowers. So it's like a buffet. They just kind of pick whatever they want for that day and go to the next crop tomorrow.
It seems stressful. Look, my field would have all those blow up, those things you see at the car lots where they're waving around. It would be
inflatable
Scare them off.
So now before we talk about the actual festival, you participated in the gauntlet.
I did.
So tell us a little bit about why did you participate in the gauntlet and what you were looking for with the growth for the
Right.
sunflower farm.
So I don't have any formal business training, and that was the main reason that I entered the gauntlet. Before the festival came along, I'm a graphic designer, and so I was at a graphic design agency, and then when we had our first child, I started my own freelance business on the side, and then the festival came along, and I I felt like I needed to know more about how, the back end of running a business versus putting on an event. Like I can handle the event part, but so when the Gauntlet came along, I thought, well, this would be great, if nothing else, just to go through the business classes, the 10-week business course once a week that we met, and we had homework afterwards. And then at the end, you pull together your business plan, which I had no idea what was involved with that. And it was a lot of work. And, like you said, you helped participate with being a mentor, and I had great mentors that were helping guide me and kind of push me in the right directions. But then when I started thinking about what I wanted to get out of it, besides the business, learning part, I want to expand our offerings as far as products and to start adding sunflower oil to the mix. So I was hoping to kind of get some cash to maybe purchase a press and learn how to press oil and add that in. And then the past, 2 years or so, I've been thinking about an app that we could introduce at the festival. I was out in the field one day noticing like all the insects that the sunflowers attract. And I was like, gosh, there's like tons of different caterpillars and moths and beetles and ladybugs. And so the idea behind it was to come up with an app that people could see a picture of the insect and they could tell if it hurt the sunflower or helped the sunflower and learn more about it. And then if they saw an insect that wasn't on the app, they could take a picture of it and submit it, and we could include it. So the app has grown from that, and we haven't released it yet, but it will be ready in time for the festival. So that was another reason to try and earn some cash from the Gauntlet to pay for the app development.
Right.
That is such a cool idea.
Yes, I love the educational component behind it.
When we have so many like kids that come out and they're like poking at the caterpillar or watching the butterfly, and they can just learn a lot about it.
I'd be more
the
like,
app.
can this bug hurt me? Is that on the app?
No, they're all friendly.
And you have but you have like when the from the week you're open, y'all have field trips, right, that come out there? I think I saw that on your website.
So
That's
we
neat.
started a few years ago. So my niece is actually special needs, and all this kind of stemmed from her. She's 10 years old and has cerebral palsy. And she has a feeding tube, and so she needs some extra care. She can walk and all, but, we started thinking like, gosh, like children with autism and children with special needs, they can't move as fast as everybody else, and the crowds are large, and people get, the little feet need time, more time to walk, and children with autism can't be around the loud noises and, get worked up. And so we thought how cool it would be if we could have 3 days, one for preschoolers, one for senior citizens, and then one for special needs kids and adults. And they can come out during the day when there's, a few hundred people versus a few thousand people. And they can take their time. We can help them on and off the wagon rides if they need. And it's just not so overwhelming. So it's definitely not something that we capitalize from a money standpoint. But to be able to have those groups there and see them interact when they might not otherwise be able to is worth all of it. So we do have 3 field trip days for them.
Okay, I thought that was really neat when I was
I
looking at
love
it.
that. I
Yeah.
have the sweetest nephew, and he is autistic, and it sometimes is hard to find cool places that you can take children with autism that is low sensory and all of that. So I love that. I'll pass that on.
Well,
Yes,
and
definitely.
even places that people know that that's the specific day, because unfortunately you go places and you have someone with special needs and someone doesn't realize it, and then all you hear is, oh, well, this kid was acting up, or this kid
Right.
was being rude, and this gives you that outlet where they can go and like this is a day for them, and I think that's really great.
And we do, speaking of the sensory, we do have bins that we've made. Sometimes you go to these fall festivals and there's like the big corn pit that the kids sit in, and then you're like picking corn out of their diaper or their shoes
Oh
or
my
whatever the
gosh.
rest of the day. So we've created bins where the kids can stand up and play in the corn and the sunflower seeds. But then it adds in a sensory area for the kids for the special needs day too, so they can feel it. And then we have somebody there that talks about sunflowers to the preschoolers and the senior citizens, so they can learn about that also. So
Cool. I've never seen a corn pit.
Oh yeah.
Where have I been?
Do you go to corn mazes?
I work for CVABC. I don't have time to go to other people's events.
That's true.
Now
That's
I can.
Now, can I just say in retaliation, I have been to quite a few events, and no, Lehman
However,
Farms has
I-
one.
Do they really?
Yeah, they have a big corn thing. That, like she was saying, you can actually sit in that one, and they have like big trucks that you can drive
Right,
around.
right.
The last year I went, they had all the corn piled up in a bird cage looking thing.
Yes, that's it. It's a
It's
big
a corn crib, right?
is. It's a
right.
big-
I
And
thought
you
you
get
could. I
in
was
it?
like, that's a good babysitter method.
Yep.
Yep, you put
Huh.
your kids in that cage, and
If
then
they
you
get
shut it.
hungry, can they just chomp on what's there?
They might break
a tooth, but
Save on snacks.
But she is right. Like I remember when we put my little one in there, it'd be corn all in her diaper, and
Oh,
because
wow.
you got kids in there and they're pouring corn on each other's heads.
Oh,
and
yes.
but it is fun. They love it.
They
I mean,
do.
they do. They love it.
I'm gonna go find me a corn pit.
So now, where can people find? I know you said y'all sell the birdseed, and you now have a booth here at the Electrico Market,
At
right?
Electrico, yes.
And where else can people find?
So Northwest Hardware is our largest distributor.
Okay.
So they distribute it to all their stores around.
Okay.
And then we have a store in Buchanan, the Best Place Antique store, that they sell bags also.
Okay. So let's talk about the actual festival because I can't wait to go out. So the festival, it's the Sunflower Festival. So you're out there, you're getting pictures of course in the sunflowers. But what else do y'all have there for people? I know there's vendors.
Yes, so we have this year 90 handmade crafters and food vendors that come, and they're all, we don't like vendors to compete, and that way the vendors that are there have the best, way to make income, income profitability and everything. So like we have one candle maker, for instance, and she almost sells out every single day and has to go home and bring more stock, and it helps to have a variety, and we have jewelry and leather and wooden products. I mean, we have a guy that makes dining room tables and dining room suits and brings everything to the festival. Soaps and lotions and oils, and we have a CBD vendor coming this year, the Hemp Mill. So we've got all kinds of vendors lined up. Friday night, the 10th, September 10th, is our VIP night, and this is the first year we've done that, but Virginia Tourism helped us sponsor this night, and so every vendor that is participating has to offer some type of discount. So whether it's 10% off or $10 off of 50, whatever kind of discount they want to run, that way all the people that attend can do lots of shopping, and it's a limited number of tickets that night.
Are you sold out yet?
No,
Okay, good.
not
Go
yet
on the
that.
website now, Heather.
I'm just saying. Well, I have seen Tamara with Prissy Nerd.
Yes,
I know that she's a vendor there, and
Yes.
Cheyenne with Finding Joy
Finding
Boutique,
Joy.
which both of them are members of ours too. And so they keep posting about it, and every time they do, I say I need to go get one of those tickets, and then I forget.
Right. And well, so with Virginia Tourism, they sponsored some bags that were given away. So the first 70 people in line get a goodie bag, and all the vendors that are there had to submit one item that would go in the bags. And then we've collected gift certificates and different things from around the county to go in the bags as well. So people can come back to the county and shop and enjoy everything else that we have to offer with restaurants and stores. So those are to the first 70 people.
It's gonna be like Black Friday. I'm gonna get there all early. I'm gonna be at your house like
2
Thursday
o'clock.
night.
Do you
gates
have
open at
shopping
2.
carts for her? To
You might
wheel
need to
around?
bring one.
No, I'm gonna want to get my bag though. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna be sitting in line outside, like, hey, I'm here. One of the first 70 people. I
Exactly.
need
The
my
parking
bag.
lot opens at 2, the doors open at 4, and then we close at 7. But so that's the 10th. And then the 11th and 12th and 18th and 19th are our festival weekends. We're open 9 to 6 on those 4 days. We have live music on Saturdays, which I kind of think we might have found another band for next year, listening to you guys. But we have the Fat Boys Band coming this year and Western Justice, and they both provide music on Saturdays. We have cloggers that come on Sundays and perform. This year being the 20th anniversary of September 11th, we will have a tribute to that at 10:30, and the Roanoke Valley Children's Choir is actually coming to sing the national anthem. And I get goosebumps every time I
did just
think
now,
about
too,
it.
yeah.
Because just having them there with that many sunflowers and, people, we are asking that people stop and take a moment of silence for 15 minutes while we do that. And we have 20 doves that are going to be released, white doves. in honor of the event. So we're looking forward to that. And then we have the Botetourt Canine Group is coming out, and they're a new group in Botetourt to support the canines that the officers use. And once they retire, they still are, in charge of taking care of those dogs. So they're coming out, and the officers are going to be in their full bite suits, and the dogs are going to run and attack them, and they're going to show you how they train them. They're going to have a car set up, so the dog, sometimes they have to jump in the cars and pull the people out of the vehicle. So they're going to demonstrate that. He's literally going to go through the window and pull the officer out of the car.
That is cool.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that.
I don't know if cool is a weird word to use, but I'd watch that.
But we're looking forward to, having them there and helping them raise some funds for their group. And then we are open during the week. So we're open Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 4 to 7. And about half of our vendors will be there those days. We have sunset yoga on Monday. And then we have goat yoga on Wednesday.
Oh my gosh, I'm so doing that. My daughter loves goat. Wait, how little?
Do they
Can she
climb
be
on
9?
you? I love that.
Yes. So they will, goats are used to jumping up on everything. So when people do their poses, the goats will jump up on their backs. So it's really cool to watch them. Yeah. So we
Better put on your stretchy pants, girl.
bring a mat, put on your stretchy pants, come on out. Tickets are on our website, which is beaverdamsunflowers.com. And we're actually going to do that on the 20th as well. So we have 2 dates for that.
I am gonna goat yoga it up. That's gonna
What
be
day
awesome.
is that? The goat yoga?
Is the Wednesday.
Wednesday.
The 15th, I believe. Is
Okay.
Wednesday.
Heather, are you working that week?
Nope.
I mean, it's leading up to Centerfest,
Nope,
so
I'm
you can
off.
get your goat yoga on, and then
No, I'll probably have to do goat yoga after. I may have to go to the 20th to knock out all the kinks of being Centerfest and I'll unstress myself. I'll go do goat yoga after we're finished. So that is so neat. You've got so many great things happening.
And we offer 2 sunset dinners as well. Those are both sold out, but we have a local church that we partner with, and they come and we have a sit down catered meal that they cook everything, bring it, serve it, and then it's just we take about 46 people. That way, they're at their individual tables. And then they have the fields to themselves, basically, that they can wander around and take pictures and everything.
so fun.
Now, I know, too, you had sent me some information about another farm, I think, that y'all are
Yes.
partnering with that's
Yes.
doing something. Is it the same first weekend or both weekends?
So they're actually the same 2 weekends as us and the weekend after, and that's New Freedom Farm. And they are they heal heroes through horses. Say that 3 times fast. And so they're with the veterans, and, like you mentioned earlier, trying to bring that 22 number down of the number of veterans that commit suicide a day. And it's their Freedom Fest. And so they have bands that participate. And we went down and planted some sunflowers down there as well. And you can go and see the wild Mustangs and the horses. And she has around 90 vendors also that are setting up in food trucks. And, we hope that while people are in Botetourt, that they'll go back and forth and see everything else that we have to offer while they're in the area.
Okay, I knew that. I figured when you sent it, I was like, okay, it's the same. I love to see that y'all are supporting each other, though. And it's not like 2 festivals in the same area, and it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe someone else
And
is
that's the thing,
Right.
doing a
like
festival.
it only hurts the community if it becomes a competition. Like you need to
Absolutely.
collaborate and work
Right.
together,
Right.
and then everybody benefits.
Yes.
Well,
So
and that's
good for
kind of how it
you.
happened too. Like they, because of COVID last year, they didn't have a festival, and this is like one of their main ways of raising. They're a nonprofit, so it's their big fundraiser for the year. And Lois actually called and said, if you tell me no, I'm not going to do it. And I said, well, why wouldn't we? Like people are here. Let's capitalize on them being here. Let's partner up and try to get them to go back and forth between the 2 of us. So it works for everybody.
Well, I think that's a great idea because, like, when I come the weekend, the 10th and the 11th, I'm gonna, for me, a drive to Buchanan's only like 30 minutes. But if I'm up there, I'm gonna want to go to both places. I'm not gonna want to come to one and then 2 weeks
back
later
another
there's another
time, right.
festival. Like, I'd rather hit them both at the same time, go in, see what there is, see the different vendors at both, and then come home. So I think that's brilliant.
Right.
Now, how much are tickets for the festival?
So our VIP tickets are $10 a piece. Our weekend tickets are $7, and then kids 2 and under are free.
Okay, $10. I was sitting here thinking, okay, they're gonna be like $40-$50. I was gonna be like, okay.
They are $40, right, for Heather?
I
If
mean,
she's
if
willing to pay
know,
it.
we'll take
Okay.
donations.
For that, I
mean-
better be at the front, guaranteed bag. I'm just kidding.
And the goat
want-
yoga.
Yes.
Can I add some goat yoga to that?
And
So-
of course, tickets for the yoga and stuff are different prices, but our admission tickets are 10 and 7.
So see, that is so affordable, and that's the thing I love too, is that there's so many things to do right now that they aren't breaking the bank. Get out and have fun and family time, and what I love about that is the price to get in does not take away from what you can spend with the food vendors and the vendors that are there. And I think a lot of times that's what happens, is that people charge astronomical admissions to get into something, and all that does is hurt the vendors that you have there, because then people aren't wanting to spend money and help them, because
Right.
they've already spent it just trying to get in. And I think that is something people, especially when you're charging vendors to be there too, so then it's kind of like
Right.
so I love that.
And that's something, I struggle with, to be honest, is charging vendors and stuff like that. Like, so we have lots of nonprofits, church groups that come, or the PTA group that sells popcorn and cotton candy. And so we don't charge any nonprofits to come set up, because they're offering a service, but they're in our community, and we want them to, support their church or their school group or whatever it is that they're doing. So they all don't pay anything, and then they keep all their funds. And then, the same thing with the vendors. We charge a really low rate of $40 a day, and people say, you bring in 20,000 people and you're charging us $40 a day to set up a tent and sell out of our product. Like, so maybe one day I'll raise rates, but it's a tough position when you want everybody to succeed.
I feel you, and I know Diane and I have that same problem, because our rates just to be a member of our organization are pretty low. But then when we're talking about vendors and things, I'm always like, oh, do you think that's too much? Because I don't want people to be like, oh, that's way too much. And like this year with the Christmas parades, we've even reduced our fees again, this year, because I want people to participate. I want to see people out there, not, you don't want to just walk in and there's 10 people,
Right.
Because, you can't afford it. So I think, that's just the way to kind of do it. I think it'll all come back in the end. But so tell people, where can they get more information about the festival?
So we list everything on our Facebook and our Instagram, which is Beaver Dam Sunflowers. And then our website is beaverdamsunflowers.com. And we have our events listed there, our tickets for sale there, all of the yogas and everything there also. And then there's a section for question and answer if people, have some more questions. We do not allow dogs unless they're vested service dogs. So that is something we should say. Parking's free, hay rides free. Just come enjoy us.
I'm so there.
I like a good hay ride.
rides. Yes. Oh, I'm going to love bringing my little one out there to this. It's going to be great. Well, thank you so much for coming
you.
on with us today. And yeah, so if you've been listening and you are looking for something to do the weekend of September 10th and 11th, or 18th and 19th, is that correct? Head out to Beaver Dam Farm Sunflowers and enjoy there. On the 18th, though, go there and then come back to Bedford and enjoy Centerfest at the same time. That's the only we have our conflicting weekends, but you can get it all in. Go to both. We're open from 10 to 6, and y'all are open from same. So
Same. The
spend
day
half
is
a day.
long,
It's
yeah.
just right down 460. It ain't hard. So it ain't hard. That's what.
Yeah, so I think Laura needs to play another song before she breaks her instrument
I
over
know.
here.
Yeah.
Put it banging around on the
Yes. Well,
table.
I'm gonna.
I got so excited about the goat yoga that I
Just banging guitars around. So before we have you guys play us out, I do want to very quickly thank our last sponsor for today. It's Visiting Angels of Lynchburg. They serve Lynchburg and the surrounding area, and they are comprehensive home care, which is customized for seniors based on their individual needs and preferences. So you can call them to schedule a free consultation, 434-337-3836, or check out their website at visitingangels.com. So thank you very much to Visiting Angels for being a sponsor of Talk Local to Me. And now, last but certainly not least, we're going to let Common Ground play us out today, and make sure you hang on after for Cool Talk, which is at 1:30 with Brandon Brown.
We promise this one isn't as cool as probably your intro and outro, but we're gonna do a little tune. It was written by the father of bluegrass. It's called Big Mon.
Oh my gosh, so good.
Wonderful.
Amazing.
Thank you. So thank you everyone for listening to another Talk Local to Me. We will see you next week. Be Battle of the Bands this Saturday, the 21st, Liberty Lake Park from 4 to 8. We will see you then.